Hello everyone, mycelium papi, founder of Honey and Myco, coming at you here, and we just wanted to share with you guys what this is first and foremost, which is a birch tree, and we've all seen birch trees. Everybody knows what birch trees are. However, I wanted to also show you that this tree, this is a very special tree because it contains a very special fungi called the chaga fungus. And a lot of us have heard of the chaga fungus, and we know what it is and we know what it looks like. It has that rich, vivid black color, and inside of it is that vivid, orange yellowish color. But I wanted to show you guys because I don't see a lot of videos on YouTube really showing the discovery of chaga in situ, meaning in its environment, in its place, where you usually find it on birch trees, and how it looks and how you can expect to find it and see it and view it. I feel like a lot of the videos on YouTube these days are more how to process chaga to make chaga tea or something along those lines. So I wanted to show you guys how exactly it looks, and stay tuned. We're going to show you the chaga in about a second, and hopefully you guys can take this video and kind of be better informed about what it looks like in the wild. Okay, so it's kind of high up. We're going to try to see if we can get a good shot of this chaga here. And there it is. Right there on this birch tree. I'm going to try to zoom in as much as I can here. Okay. And there it is. That is how chaga looks. You have this dark black coloration along with the inside. You get this bright orange yellowish color. And that is what chaga is. And as you can see, the tree is right. We have a birch tree. All right. You can just look at this. This might be a silver birch or a yellow birch. I'm not quite familiar with distinguishing the species, but this is how you see chaga. And let me try to get a better shot here. Unfortunately, I don't have a ladder or anything of the sort, so I can't, but I can focus right in here. And you can see just that vivid black color. And also right here, again, you see that orange color right there. If you can see it kind of right here. Hopefully that's focusing correctly. So when you see that on a birch tree, you know that this has been parasitized by the chaga fungus. I don't know if that's a word. But yeah, the chaga fungus is parasitic off this tree. And, it takes about 20 some odd years to kill it. So it's not something that's, instantaneous. But yeah, absolutely, when you see a chaga fungus on this tree like that, you know that it's been colonized or parasitized by the chaga fungus, and it will eventually die from that chaga, but it takes, decades sometimes. And in fact, the fruiting body from chaga, I don't know if that's the correct term, because chaga isn't a mushroom, it's a fungus. But, we'll call it the fruiting body for lack of a better word. The fruiting body itself takes about 20 years or so to colonize a tree. So always forage responsibly. I've actually taken my bit from this, and you'll see that in this video as well. But another interesting find that I wanted to share with you guys is just a little bit further down the trail here. So let me see if I can get the exposure settings correctly. You wouldn't have been able to see that chaga unless I put that exposure settings to what it was. But there's another very interesting find here. Okay, I really like this trail. It will remain unidentified at this point, but it's a very good one, and it's in the Northeast United States. So if you look here, we have another birch tree, another another couple of birch trees. Or actually, I don't even know if this is a birch tree. No, it's not. I retract that statement. And we have what looks to be a bit of hoof fungus. Let me get the camera to focus on that. Get my settings right. And there you go. We have some hoof fungus, it looks like. Now, the hoof fungus is something that we use for a variety of different reasons. Historically speaking, and I mean in our distant history, our Neolithic ancestors would carry this around, and it's called tinder conch. And what it does is you can carry it around and you can use it to smolder fire, right? To carry around fire for long periods of time. The inside of this mushroom has a substance called amadou, and inside of this fungus you can also use it to light and carry flame. And that's how our ancestors did it. And that's what I find is so cool about finding fungi, because if you think back to 5,000-6,000 years ago, when our ancestors were doing this very thing, and taking these fungi species, discovering them and utilizing them for our benefit as the human species, it kind of is a form of reconvening with our ancestors in a way. And I just always found that cool. But yeah, this is a tinder conch, and we actually here at Honey and Myco have been using these type of polypore mushrooms to create sugar syrups to feed our bees, to our bees, and in doing so, hopefully, there's been some talk and some speculation about whether or not these polypore mushrooms can confer beneficial properties, their beneficial properties onto the bees. We saw that polypore, that birch polypore earlier, and we know that that's a mushroom that is rich in betulinic acid. And so, we want to transfer all of these benefits, all of these hidden benefits and mysterious benefits that these polypores have onto our bees. We do it with chaga syrup, we do it with reishi syrup, and I don't know if it's going to change anything. I'm a layman. I know that Paul Stamets has previously mentioned the properties of this fungus in relation to bees and the beneficial properties that it may have. That science is in dispute from some sources that I've seen. I don't know. But I don't think that it hurts the bees in any way to try to give them this, and that's what we do. So stay tuned. Hopefully this will be a day full with many more discoveries of interesting and beneficial fungi species. What we have here is a very old but plentiful deposit of birch polypore on this birch tree. And we're going to get some of that here. Let's see if we can get some kind of stick to get this down with. See if we can maybe take this guy down here. And you can see they're rotted out, but some of them aren't. And we'll see if we can focus here. And that is definitely a birch polypore right there. You can see these markings are very characteristically birch polypore. And the birch polypore has what's called betulinic acid in it. It's a very widely used medicinal mushroom. But unfortunately this one is rotted out to the core. You can see this decay that's going on here. So this has been, I don't know if this has been exposed to some kind of elements that caused this, or if it was bugs or whatever. But this birch polypore is no good, but it's also encouraging to see that we have found some birch polypore in this forest. So we're going to keep coming back and looking for more. So we happened upon some reishi, and since this is a very hemlock heavy forest, as you guys can see, have lots of hemlocks around here. There's a hemlock right there, alongside a very old birch, but unfortunately no chaga. But yeah, this is also going to be a hemlock. And you can see these little branches. Hemlock has a very distinctive way the branches branch out. They're these kind of like thin, appendage-like little branches, the way you see right there. And this is clearly a fallen hemlock, moss covered, but with some reishi. And there are two, I don't know if they're called subspecies or if they're distinct species of reishi. One is called Ganoderma lucidum, and that's found on, I believe, everything other than hemlock, in terms of maybe deciduous trees and things of that sort. So wherever you see reishi mushroom that is not on a hemlock, it's almost certainly Ganoderma lucidum. And then here we have Ganoderma tsugae. That's spelled T-S-U-G-A-E, I believe. And I believe that is derived from the Latin name for hemlock. So yes, this particular reishi species is in a symbiotic relationship or a parasitic relationship. I don't know which one. Again, I'm a layman, but you know, I'm learning more every day. But it has a parasitic or a symbiotic relationship with hemlocks. So, nice find. Is there a red circle?
Now I got it. Go ahead.
There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So we just harvested a little bit of chaga here. You can see this very, very vivid orange color and the dark black exterior. And this is the right tree. This is a birch tree, a silver birch, I believe that is. Might be a yellow birch. I don't really know my birch trees that well, but this is definitely the right tree. And we have some chaga that we harvested right here in a good amount. Very beautiful, vivid orange color in there. Very cool.